Yeah, so wow, good to be back with Sir Jacob here.
We'll be
It's been a
back.
been a minute. Your old wedding and honeymoon got in the way
Whatever. Yeah.
of our little weekly blogs here.
Priorities, bro. The Zoom
Gosh,
and all that. Yeah.
haven't I heard it before? No, no. So
Yo, that's a
pumped.
sick hat. Is that new?
Wow, nice of you to notice. It is not new, thank you. It's the Valley Mentality kind of tropical vintage style hat, or it's just like the old school red cursive and a little pool. No, we've had this for a while, dude. Do you want one? I got you.
Maybe,
Yeah,
bro.
I have a few of
Maybe.
these. Yeah, I don't know if it's your style necessarily, but they're
Oh, I
really
like it,
nice
dude.
hats. It's like Caddyshack type vibe.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I totally see that. Totally.
Yeah. With that said though, um, we were just kind of talking about before we started recording. So I'm doing the short film coming up. The director is this really cool dude, Dylan. He's like a friend of a friend, and I kind of assumed anything that he's going to be doing is going to be like, because I wouldn't normally necessarily want to pursue short films at this point. If it's from a friend, that's one thing, and like obviously, like anything working with you, working with any of like our,
We got to get that duo back together at some point. Like,
we
bro,
will.
we're gonna be ultra successful, and we got to do like the third part of that short of you, like with the microphone, the
We
boom.
might have to once you have a couple of features in the back
Yeah.
pocket, then they'll
Yeah.
be like, "What else you got?" And you're like, "As a matter of fact, I got this new age school of Ghostbusters." They're like, "We want something a little more comedic. Do you do like satirical horror?" You're like, "I got the perfect thing."
Bro, we could actually make that a series at some point. We could.
100%. It's like, and the idea of like a funny Ghostbusters too.
Yeah.
Not that
I
that
don't.
has to go in that direction, but that's one direction for it to go. It's you and me like kind of busting in houses,
Yeah, man.
handheld edition. With that said, so the short film coming up, supposed to film it this weekend. The director, we had a table read, went really well. First of all, it's so funny my opinion on this. Maybe you'll like this too. It's something to take away from it because bottom line, I think I'm pretty experienced in the Hollywood game. And there's a lot of things that, like, for instance, Tanner will come around to like just a year or two after I do.
Hmm.
Which, hey, if I have to throw shade at him, he's surpassing a lot of areas of like prestige career stuff, considering that he got on like two huge TV shows right now, and obviously it's exciting for the whole crew. But as far as like opinion goes, I think he'd probably think he's like upstage in some ways, but I think there's a lot of things that like I naturally will be ahead of him with just because I'm from here. And so like I think this is an interesting point about the short film. I went to the filmmaker's house to do the table read. Their house is a super cool house in Silver Lake. That's just tasteful in every way. And when I saw that it was tasteful in every way, like with these flamingos everywhere and stuff, I was like, this is gonna be a good film.
Hmm.
Because
That makes
that in
sense.
Tanner, I used to say to him, people are going to see Valley Mentality and see that our aesthetic is great and that we do this really well, and they're going to want to work with you because of
Right.
your creative sense more than just some actor. Just more than just that you're another just good actor, decent actor, or whatever.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
tough to
sense.
stand out as an actor. But and he disagreed with me. He disagreed with me. But I'm being honest that it entered my mind when I went to this person's house, and I
You just
guarantee
didn't think it mattered.
what?
He didn't think it mattered, or what?
No, he thought that just the acting does the talking. He's like, oh, I don't think value mentality will count for anything. They don't care about that. Um, he still could be right, but I think it all matters. All the world's a stage. It's all an audition, which you have to tell yourself, I think, early on that you're not gonna always try to do the audition well. But bottom line, I mean, people think everything matters. But so I go to the house, dope house, very tasteful, creative, and then
Flamingos.
flamingos, dope flamingos. I felt like I
The
was like in
dopest flamingos.
I felt like I was in like an Ernest Hemingway house in the Bahamas or something. Like super creative and but like tastefully and subtle. And then we did the table read. Table read was dope. It was actually nice to act again, like with people in a kind of low pressure situation. And you're like workshopping it as you're going too. Like the director's giving you his thoughts. and the director and writer, and his fiance is also like a big writer. And so we're like, you're really breaking down the psychology of all the scenes. And which is something that got me into acting in the first place when I saw behind the scenes of The Social Network, and I saw that Fincher was workshopping the scenes with Sorkin and the main actors. I thought that, like what you and I have talked about, getting underneath the circumstances, understanding the slice of life, the story, rather than just getting hung up on the kind of like the technical stuff, which is what you do sometimes when you have no time in an audition. But so we did that. It was epic, and he sent me a video storyboard after, which I don't think is that common, but it seems if you have the luxury of doing like a short film and you have a lot of time and money on it, why not really get into like preparing in every way before you actually film the dang
Totally.
thing? So
He
he
shot
said
it
it to
on
me.
location wherever you guys are shooting.
Yeah, yeah. It's just shooting local LA at this bar that's down the street from it. He actually works at the bar. And so they went through every scene. And so I got an idea of what every scene looked like and how I'm going to prepare it for that stuff.
That helps you as an actor.
It does. Not everyone would agree with that. For me, I like to have a clear idea of all the tangibles going in, at least at this point, so that I can prepare as well as I can, so that on the day of, I could like let go and let anything that's exciting creatively, you know, combust and
Mhm.
just percolate because so that I'm not worrying about little intangibles and that it just the less out of your control, the probably the better. And then you could get really freestyle and creative. So like, but just to have in mind all this and already seeing the film mapped out, it looks really stylish as it is and stuff, really cinematic. So it's gonna be a good piece of film on me.
Having that detailed storyboard is great.
It
That's
is
really great.
luxury.
hmm I've done it before where I've had every shot mapped out. Like I love using this thing called Shot Deck on it's like a paid service thing where they have every still from every film and I can look through those. I can type in like close up of a flamingo and it has it. So I just think of like every moment and every shot, but I've never done like a moving video version of that.
Yeah, but I
Smart.
mean, what you described sounds good too. Um,
When are you shooting that this weekend?
Supposed to be this weekend, but now because of the fires and stuff, it might be delayed.
Yeah.
Um, but crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's so funny. I mean, I feel like people when they see me act and stuff are just always so shocked that I'm so like unaffected. Like I'm not doing anything I you know, ideally. I don't, or at least I try to pride myself on like not being a certain way just for the idea of it or trying to come up this way or that way. I'm just a normal dude. I just try to live a good life, and acting doesn't define me. And then I go in and I crush it. And
Are
like
you what are you talking about though? Like other compared to what? Like what do other actors do?
when I was, when I, first of all, when you see a lot of actors on talk shows and stuff, they're always projecting a certain brand that they are,
Oh,
right?
and you're just yourself wherever you go.
I try to be that. And obviously I'm still like projecting certain values and stuff. But um especially when I was like, yeah, coming up in acting classes and everything, everyone was trying to be like, "Oh, I'm the hipster or I'm the jock or this or that." And like I was just like, "Dude, none of this stuff," or like I'm a method actor or this or that. And it's just like, dude, just come in, make this thing the best it could possibly be, collaborate, have fun, be a good person in general,
Right.
which is like the common business skills that you should have any type of
And
thing.
you
But
being you being authentic and just real like that, it's probably led to more success. I found for me, like when I'm even with investors, like talking, like pitching stuff. I think before when I was more nervous, I would be like trying to hard sell or hard pitch or like, what do they want or whatever. But if I'm just like chill and real and like, this is the business and like I show, what I know what I'm talking about, like point by point, it's way more effective.
I would imagine so. And yeah, you're that same way. I knew in England a lot more people were kind of just normal, like
Yeah.
kind of like Grant style, and they just happened to be great comedians or great writers and stuff, or like, patrons of the arts and stuff and really successful, but they were also just like in real life, they were just trying to have a good time and
Right.
normal. So, but it was kind of a full circle moment for me because I used to not see many people like that, like me, when I was coming up in acting classes and everything. And so I kind of it's not lost on me when I work with these people and they're always just sort of relieved and
Hmm.
stuff. And maybe I'm completely misunderstanding. Maybe they thought it was horrible, but I don't think so. Like that they seem like they're just like they like love your take on a scene. That's what you want as an actor out of any director and stuff is for them to see your work and be like, "Oh my gosh, he just brought something to it that enhanced what I was thinking."
Yeah. And bro, I love how like kind of blue collar and like work focus that is. Like when I'm doing jujitsu, like a lot of people get caught up. Jujitsu is kind of weird because like it's kind of like a brotherhood, like family type thing because you're going in, you're seeing the same team every time, you're part of a community. And some people try to like um really care about like what the sensei thinks about them and like they're trying to like act a certain way. But all that anybody wants, including the sensei, is just like come in, work hard, do your thing, leave, just kind of be yourself. That's like I feel like that's true of a lot of things in life.
This is an interesting subject. And if you could bring that on for yourself as a teacher or whatever, as a student, it takes the pressure off all the people in your life as
Yeah.
well. It takes the pressure off them and takes the pressure off yourself. Like, I think the kind of like a fun mindfulness tools is to know that like yeah, you don't need anything from anyone. So like when you go into a meeting or you go
Yeah.
in to be a teacher, you don't need anything from them. They might be giving you a job. They might be giving you a belt for jujitsu or something.
Right,
But
right.
and then at the same time, have a spirit of excellence on your own terms.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, do
And
great because you want to do as great as you can do, and then have a fun time. I think is an important value for me. Make people laugh, have fun, and then at the same time, don't play up to them. And I think if you can do that when you're going in as a student, then you can also kind of expect that as a teacher.
yes, 100%. And I love that idea of not because the truth is you don't need anything from anybody. And what I used to have this kind of energy where I was always looking for something. Like I thought someone could give me something, so I get really hyped up about it. And again, the highs are never as high as you think, the lows are never as low.
Yeah,
And once you
yeah.
get that thing, then it doesn't even seem like let's say it went perfectly and you were like just so ready to get this thing. Once you actually have it, you're like, oh, now what's the next thing? And then you
Yeah.
go for that. And it's like, nah, just like bro, it's so much chiller if I get on a meeting with a potential investor and I'm like, hey, like, I know you probably haven't invested in films before. It is high risk. But here's the business. Here's how it works. Here's what the payout structure is like. Here's the waterfall. Here's the windowing of what this is how much the distributor takes, and this is the cut that you take, and this is what the investor would make in this situation. Here's a comp. If you're interested in coming on, like this is how much it would be to be an exec producer. But yeah, that's the situation. And it's kind of like that. And if they're right for
I'm in. I'll buy.
it, yeah, if they're right for it, then they'll hop on there because you don't have to do any selling. You're just laying out like what it is and you're being real and you're excited about it. And that's all it takes.
Yeah, it kind of puts up the blinders. What is the task at hand? Do it to the
Yes.
best of your abilities without being needy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it is
Like,
you like you have something to offer too. It's not just like a one-sided thing.
no, I try to think about that for the biggest people you could go. It applies to all aspects of life. You're in a relationship. It's like don't turn anyone or anything into like a false idol.
Yep.
Just do your best, be a good boyfriend, husband,
Yeah.
son, father, worker, and like yeah. It's all like stoicism and stuff.
It's that definitely. And they're not going to fill the hole that you have that you think by having
Right.
it in your life it's going to fill it. Like, and also the funny thing is, even the biggest celebrity that you think will completely change your life if they become like best friends with you, it's never as good as you think it's going to be. Like they'll never give you what you actually think it's going to be. But also they're humans and they have all this shit in their life. And typically, if they're like that at that level, maybe they have more freedoms in some areas, but there's also way more pressure in so many other areas that you don't even know what it's like being in their shoes. So it's like just seeing them as human, you know?
For sure. Yeah. Take the pressure off everything. Just live, laugh, love, bro. I think it's a good cliche.
Bro, we don't need specifics, but dude, you went to what, Hawaii?
Yeah. I'm
How was
complimenting
that?
you about that. Dude, it was so nice. Exactly what I hoped for, kind
Awesome.
of.
Perfect.
Just epic vacation. I went with this great dude who does this kind of Hollywood trip. It's like 90 people that go. They just get a rate on this hotel room, and we all just do vacation stuff. Every day, there's like a different activity you can do, like an adventure activity, like fishing on a boat or going hiking the Nepali coast. I didn't do any of it. I wanted this to be just a chill vacation. So where I like come out of it stronger, better than when I went in. So every morning I played pickleball hardcore with all these pickleball pros. And then I would like hit the gym or surf and get a great lunch and then, sorry, hit the pool and yeah, it was just
Sounds
great.
great, dude. What was that, like a week?
It was 5 days.
Nice.
Yeah, it went too fast. A lot of super cool people. Yeah, it was great, dude.
Fun, man. Good
Yeah,
shit.
very
So
good.
what are like work wise or like acting wise, what's the next thing? You got the short film. Beyond that, are you doing self tapes? What's going on?
Yeah, I have a couple auditions at the moment. Um, but yeah, just memorizing a lot of lines for the short film.
It's
I'm in
really
like,
line heavy.
I'm the lead. I'm in like every scene. Um, it'll be a super cool opportunity, I think, dude. And then there's a few big things kind of percolating at the moment, I feel like. Value Mentality, obviously, we're really excited about. We got new sweatsuits that we made. Um, it's crazy. You haven't seen any of them?
No.
Wow.
Instagram.
I've been like kind of piecemealing them out on our Instagram story just to tease everyone.
Cool. I'll check it out. When's the next, I mean, if LA doesn't burn down, when's the next Valley Mentality?
Pop up. We were supposed to do one this weekend, which isn't happening. We're in February. Um, yeah, bruv. I mean, it's all good. Yeah, just a few auditions at the moment. Excited about the short film. Excited about your potential movie.
Thanks, bro. Yo, what's up with starting this movie thing and I watch one of your movies and then it dies?
You'll have to elaborate.
Oh, do I?
I have no idea what you're referring to.
Oh, what the fuck? Fucking girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh my gosh. Wait, real quick, you just reminded me of. Have you seen my pitch deck for the British show? Did I
No,
ever send it to
I
you?
would love to see your pitch deck because
Oh,
I'm
dude.
making pitch decks all the time. I want to see your pitch deck,
I'm gonna send it to you right now and get your like immediate thought. Because
and I'll give
this,
you my real-time feedback, good and
yeah,
bad.
because this is more of like a mood board. I want to
Okay.
see.
Are you using it for like who are you showing this deck to? What's the purpose? It's not
No,
investment, is it?
have I told you at all about what's been going on with the British show and stuff? No.
A little bit, I forget.
I'll tell you off camera, but good things. But here we go. Here it is. Because
Is
this
this
one's
your
like a lot
first
of
deck that you
photos.
made?
What's that?
Is this your first deck?
I mean, my writing partner made the other one.
Uh-huh.
Um, and this is the one that I made. And I'm just curious what you think. I just sent it to you, texted it to you.
Oh, cool.
So this one might not be as much for like studio execs and stuff. It's more for like people I know. But it's kind of more personal to me, I think.
Oh, sick.
Thanks.
Dude, the way it's laid out is really, really nice.
Thank you. Like out of the gates, it kind of sucks you into what
It totally, totally. I like how you, I'm gonna show our viewers.
I mean, it's super raw.
I know. Can I show them?
Eh, I'd rather not. And you can't really see on the
Well,
thing.
what I'll say is this, the way it's like image heavy, and then
Yeah.
it kind of like it draws you in, and then you read it's really readable. And it's cool, man. It's cool. Basically, my I can learn a few things from this because maybe for my characters, like as far as mood board, mine is mostly business focused. But as far as visuals go, maybe I'll have a couple images of like an actress that resembles my character and maybe a few location pictures. But I like how this is laid out.
I mean, we have another one too that was probably more traditional and professional, but I just was think it lacked sort of what I loved about the subject.
Uh,
So I think if it were me and I'm these studio heads, these people don't really read. Like they breeze through things. They want pictures that evoke a feeling. So I want, if I'm a studio head and I have advice to you, I'm saying I want you to find a picture and stuff or a video to really hit me with how you're feeling, the fire of what you're feeling. That's a tall task, especially if you're not like a visual thing, but um it's necessary.
cool. I agree. Going direct to studios, I'm taking like the opposite approach. I'm curious to hear. I know you shared a little bit about it. Do you have anything definite yet, or no? Is it mostly leads?
Nothing definite.
But dude, I that whole process I love to hear. Is there anything you can share like on camera about that? Not specifics, but like as far as the dynamics go, because I'm like I can talk about the basically on the indie side, it's about talking to people who are not as well versed in film and just kind of breaking down the business and how like specifics of like this is the budget, this is where we're allocating the money, this is the payout structure, this is what you could make in this scenario. But it's totally different for a studio, right?
Um, yeah, of course. I mean, at this point, dude, we're not necessarily going to studios or stuff. Yeah, you got to just get one of these people to bite with a vision, and then they give you money, and you make it a studio. I don't know. So it's not too dissimilar. We're trying to with Duke of the Valley, though. At least we got both the shows going. Duke of the Valley. I've been talking to my dad. We might just have like a screening at the pickleball club I work at.
Sweet. That's perfect.
For some big people, and then tell them that we're going to try to raise money, and then just do it exclusively on YouTube.
What are you thinking in terms like so you're showing them the one that you already shot, right?
Yeah.
That I've
Yeah.
seen. And what would the YouTube are you talking about like a full-length film and then release that on YouTube?
Full length series.
Series.
Yeah.
Like how long are the episodes? How many episodes?
I guess 20 minutes each.
Nice. That's cool, bro. You can also pay for advertising if you put in the budget, like paying for views, that can help kick the ball. Like one of my friends put out a short and it was really low viewership, but paid it wasn't that too big chunk of change. I think like 1,200 or something. But that ended up getting him like 150, 200K.
Views?
Yeah.
You literally pay for views? Like,
Yeah, it's an option. Like Google Ads.
that's very interesting. I'll have to talk to you more about that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing either, but yeah, apparently um and also, dude, because then what's cool about that is like people don't automatically think, oh, this person paid for views. That's not their first thought. Like you could potentially raise the money, you put even a pilot up or something on YouTube, um, pay for the views, and then take those views to a studio head and be like, hey, look how many views this has. And then they'll give you actual money.
I would assume studio heads are smarter to see through that sort of.
I mean, I don't know. I've never had anyone ask why I have 2 million views on Fisherman, you know?
Would they now? Is that was that always the case that you could always pay for views? I doubt it was, right?
I don't know when it started. I think Google Ads have been around for a while. But it surprised me. Like I was surprised that you could just pay that little for that many views. I didn't know that. Which like now that I'm thinking back, damn, like if I would have known that, bro, all the shorts that I made, we could have been in a different.
So does that make you rethink when you see YouTube, like this
Yeah.
video, that video? How can you tell? Has the measuring unit for a successful video changed since now allegedly any video can be successful?
Honestly, my gut is still like, oh, that this is how many views this video got. I still don't like think about it. That's just me though. I don't
Yeah.
like, it's an
I-
ob.
I'm curious what the reality is. Like, what's the whole story? Yeah, what's the landscape of YouTube right now? It's like one of the most like successful media places there is, and what shows are naturally accruing viewership.
I think it's weird, man. Like I'm now off of YouTube because it just doesn't work for what like I thought that YouTube would lead to a certain thing, but it doesn't. I guess you have to ask yourself what your goal is. Your goal is attracting like studio money.
No, a goal first and foremost is to have a successful YouTube video. How do
Oh,
you have like a video that whether it's like views or likes or whatever, the point is that people are watching it.
well, I mean, some of that you can't control. Like I've made over 100 shorts and maybe 15 have gotten over 100K. And on a lot of those, I didn't think that those videos would. I didn't think Fisherman was great. Some of that you can't control, but like I mean, if you do it long enough, you start to realize certain things. It's a lot about retention. You got to get them in like the first 10 seconds. Um, you got to have something that's
But back to less, sorry, I'm not asking as much about like a tactic to get
maybe
uh to make a video good because we'll talk about that too. But is my mom saying something right now? What, mom? Oh, good God. Okay. Sorry, my mom's staying in our apartment now.
good God.
Uh anyway, I was just saying that with this new thing that you're talking about, if you're just talking about like paying to reach an audience, um then I know what you're saying. Instagram is a similar thing that you can put your ads out to people. And once that happens, yes, you will have a better chance than things that didn't get the sponsorship or the promotion to get people to really
Yeah.
engage with the content. That doesn't necessarily mean they will, but like better things will. So, but you still want, honestly, you probably want likes at least on Instagram, you want likes and comments. Engagement is what you want.
Hmm.
Anyway, but we'll stay continued with that because it's
Yeah, I mean, dude, I've been on YouTube for forever and I still don't have like an answer for that question. Like everything's different. You don't know how things are gonna hit. And that's the same with it's the same with films, you know? We don't really know. You can just put your best foot forward. And I'm shocked that and you're not just gonna put out the pilot, you're gonna get money and like redo the whole thing.
not sure yet. Yeah,
Okay. Because I would even be curious just as a test, and you can hide it later, but like, why not just put out and
good
have
point.
certain people put it on their Instagram? You know what I'm talking about.
I don't think Caitlyn Jenner would put it out, but yeah, maybe she would if we asked again.
Dude, that's one thing that I've learned about this now that I'm full-time just producing. Dude, this has been crazy. I put my own limiting stuff on myself before asking. And now my mantra is like, just fucking ask. Just ask. Because I have been shocked. I'm telling you, bro, I've made more progress in this last like 5 days than I have in the last like 4 months because now I don't have an option. I don't have anything. I don't have any like cushion. And I've got a certain amount of runway where I'm like, okay, I'll be good until 6 months from now, but I got to start striking deals. And I'm thinking of people now who are either like in my circle or a little outside that I would never have reached out to, but because of this, it's like a different thing. Now that I ask, And they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I've never thought about that, but like that could be interesting." And then we have a conversation and then it leads to a deal. It's like you got, bro, ask. Like who knows, you know? The worst thing that can happen is they're like, "Nah."
True
Then you're in the
that.
same position.
Oh, I got like a minute left with my battery. It seems like it's closing down at the same time for
Damn, bro.
I have. I know. And I don't know where my computer charger is. That's the main thing. Um, what do you have coming up right now?
I've got uh I've got like four projects going at the same time. They're at different stages close to the finish of locking it. My goal is by the end of the month, at least locking one deal. That means having money in the business, like in the bank for the LLC, and we're ready to get into production. That's the goal.
I love it.
And you got the short film. How are you memorizing lines?
Just sit on my bed.
I know, but like, how's it going? Is it going pretty
Yeah.
good?
Yeah, yeah. I'll give you an example real quick. Opening scene at the top of the thing. I'm in front of the bar. A guy's like handing out. It's a kind of a comedy. Like he's got like this like thievery jacket, and underneath his jacket is like a couple hot dogs. Like, Todd, hello. Didn't we go over this an hour ago? And he is pissed, squirts the mustard at me in the face. I go to the kitchen. I'm like wiping off the mustard. I'm like, selfish fuckers. Why don't I come over to your house, demand a daiquiri, and then piss in your pantry? That's I'm impressed I've memorized these things. And
I
little stuff like that. I'm
like
not,
it, bro.
yeah, it's something.
Good, man. Good. Are you gonna watch The Invitation?
Invitation. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can't
I,
wait.
I know. I will.
All right, dude. It's
All
good.
right, well, dude, great to see you.
I'm glad your mom's safe and her house is safe and everything. That's crazy that that's like the one. Wild.
Right? Yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. My best to everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Stay
All right,
safe.
boy. Thanks,
Bye.
bro.